Once upon a time, right behind the city, there was a huge mountain covered with trees. The mountain was extremely beautiful and completely safe. Many people, children, and even students went to the mountain for hiking and camping. Nothing ever happened that could predict the coming danger. 4 boys decided to go to the mountain for a camping trip. Their parents were completely comfortable with the idea of their children spending the night in the forest. The boys, named Jimmy, Kant, Bill, and Kim, packed their stuff and went to the mountain for camping. It was 6:00 p.m. with a clear sunny day and no sign of clouds. When the boys were unpacking their stuff, suddenly, a red thick cloud emerged from nowhere and surrounded the forest. The children were surprised to see the cloud. They checked the weather, which showed no sign of rain. However, it started to rain heavily. The children didn't even unpack. They just ran towards the tent to save themselves from the heavy rain. The children were waiting inside their tent, hoping for the rain to stop. Most of their stuff was outside unpacked. The children were very worried and sad. They waited for the rain to stop and eventually fell asleep. When the children woke up, they noticed that the rain had stopped. They were really happy and decided to come out from the tent. However, they were surprised to see that the whole forest was completely dried. The ground was red, and the trees had all their leaves fallen, with dry and black trunks. The sky was covered with a white cloth, with no sign of sunlight. The children were scared and thought that the rain had some kind of acidic effect that destroyed the forest. So, the children decided to head down the mountain to their home. As the children walked down, they were shocked to see that their city was no longer in front of them. Now, there was a huge desert full of sand. They were scared but had no other option but to continue walking in the sand. They walked in the desert for a few minutes when they saw a huge hotel. The hotel was very beautiful, and the children were happy to see any sign of civilization. They hoped to find help. The children went to the hotel door and knocked. A man opened the door. The man was dressed as a butler, with long black hair and blue eyes. He welcomed the children inside the hotel, closed the door behind them, and showed them around. The hotel was wide and extremely well decorated, with many floors, a kitchen, a counter, plants, 2 elevators, and staircases leading to each floor. The children told the butler about their situation, how they got lost, and now had no way to go. The butler offered the children a room to stay for free, assuring them they could stay until someone came looking for them. The children were very pleased with the offer. The butler informed them that first, he had to enter their names in the register to keep it updated. The butler went to get his book, and the children, unaware, didn't notice the skull on its cover. The butler put the book on the table, wrote the kids' names, assigned them rooms, and gave them keys. He told them he would prepare food for them, and the children were happy as they were hungry. They went to their rooms, unaware that the butler was looking at them with a sad face. Jimmy went to his room and saw that it was great, with a bed and great furniture. Tired of walking, he decided to lie on the bed and soon dozed off to sleep. Jimmy was woken by a knocking on his door. When he opened it, Bill and Kim were there, looking scared. They couldn't find Kant and explained that they were hungry, went down to find the butler gone and the hotel empty. Kant was not in his room. Jimmy, Bill, and Kim searched the hotel but couldn't find Kant or the butler. In the main hall, they found out that Bill didn't arrive from the 3rd floor. They went to the 3rd floor but couldn't find him. Room 36's door suddenly opened on its own, and Bill called for them from inside. Jimmy was too shocked to move, but Kim went to see. As he reached the door, a white rope like a spider web grabbed him and dragged him inside the room as he screamed. The door shut close, and Jimmy tried to open it, but it was locked. Kim screamed stop. The door unlocked, and he found the room filled with spider webs. Jimmy ran down and tried to leave the hotel, but the door wouldn't open. Desperate, he sat with his back to the door. When he looked up, he saw the butler standing in front of him. Jimmy ran, grabbed the butler, and asked him where his friends were. The butler, with a sad expression, told the boy that the hotel was a home of a demon, and his friends were taken by the demon. The butler told him that the demon would come for him too, and he couldn't escape from the hotel. Jimmy should accept his fate like he did. Saying that, the butler left, and Jimmy sat with his back to the door. As the clock struck midnight, the elevator door opened, and Jimmy saw what was inside, letting out a scream.